That is Queen B.
This is supposed to be about my life. Like, this is annoying.
My boyfriend Remy is here in the background, more for emotional support, to be honest. A lot has happened in the wake of the documentary coming out, Big Girls Wanted, Escaping Paradise. It's been a minute since I've been live on my own platform, but mid last week I was all over TikTok, and there's a lot to discuss, and I don't want to shy away from that, but I want to try to give as much context and explanation as possible. I want to just kind of give you guys a bit of an update about why I've been so quiet the past week, but certain terms might get thrown around. Like when I have to talk about the Amber of it all regarding CSAM, the fact that this entire documentary revolves around people who are victims of SA, things like that I have to be careful of because of YouTube's guidelines and all that. Leading up to what I think was on Wednesday, I'm pretty sure it was Wednesday, Stefan and the Paradise people had really been coming at me. That day in particular, he had posted a TikTok of a meme tagging me, and he was just constantly poking and prodding at me, alongside all the shit that I've been dealing with Grow World and everything. And I was definitely at my wit's end about it, to be real. And just trying to navigate this situation without, hurting people has also been something I'm trying to figure out as well. But I did catch some shit because I was spending a lot of time in the week leading up to that, watching Rosie'S lives and all of that. And so I had caught some things here and there in that regard, but I was heavily involved in the conversation, and there had been a few times where I had went to lurk in Stefan's live, and I don't do that shit with a fake account. I don't. Stefan, by the way, is the guy that's going to be talked about and featured primarily in the documentary that's coming out. Leading up to that, I had a lot I wanted to say to him and would have wanted to have a conversation with him about, but I did not believe it would be possible to have any kind of productive conversation until that day I joined the live, and he did what he was doing. He was just, to his own admittance, bullying me. And I finally said to him, because I was just fed up, and I just said, the real question is, was I even talking about you in terms of the trailer? And I watched it dawn on him for the first time that oh, maybe this isn't all about me. I felt like there was an opportunity for a conversation. And so we had one. And that's clipped all over. I don't know how much. I don't know if someone clipped the whole thing and did it unedited. I would hope so, because from the bits and headlines that I've caught, I've seen a lot of the picking and choosing of certain moments and things like that, but that's just what Grow World does. But I had a conversation with him where I thought I made it clear that I was we're not friends. I'm not here to get a friendship out of this. I just want to have a conversation. He did directly apologize to me for bullying me, which I did not expect. And some people gave me shit for not apologizing back, which I purposefully didn't do because of my own reasons. And because ultimately, I wasn't the one poking and prodding at him. I wish I had seen how being as neutral as I was could have had a far more negative net impact than I was cognizant to. That night, we had a planned internet outage that was supposed to be back in the early morning. But for our internet, it didn't come up until an hour before I was in Rosie'S live. And Zio is someone else affiliated with the documentary. And a bunch of craziness happened in that live. Trust me, we'll get there. I was offline that whole time. So I found out some stuff, like, while I was actively talking with the other participants in Xiomara's live, like in the beginning part of that live, when I was more involved. Ultimately, even before the end of that live, like when I dropped out of Zio's live, and I had some time to kind of, once I learned some new information and once kind of everything just hit me, I was like, I just need to sit back, shut up, and listen. And that's what I did. In initially talking with Stefan, what I wish I had realized is that first part of the conversation was really what I was there for. And in staying and continuing the conversation and going on, which we did talk about a wide variety of topics. I can't even go into all of it. We talked about a lot of different things. And there was just like different aspects regarding, and I had questions I wanted, just whether I believed him or not, I just was staying neutral. And I didn't think that through, like how that could come off or how that could impact other people. I really didn't. I have a lot that I want to say, and I quite literally legally can't. There's a lot of stuff going on in my life behind the scenes, and in relation to this, that just sucks. I thought I made it very fucking clear where I stood, and it was very clear by the time I woke up and I got into Zio's live and I talked to Paola and I got an understanding of what was happening. He kind of took that conversation as like a green light to be able to speak for me, to be able to like say there's some kind of allyship there or something that never existed. And I was mortified because that clearly meant that either something I did or didn't do led to that. But as soon as I left, he came up and he accused Paola of bullying me. And I was like, absolutely fucking not. We're not friends. We're not allies. I don't know where the fuck you got that narrative from. I guess it was just because I was too nice. My entire point there was that everyone who was close to Shay lost someone they felt close to. That was all I meant. And that is all I was trying to say, is that everyone lost someone, and everyone who's lost someone deserves space for that grief. That was my only point. For every person that's immediately involved in this situation, whether, like, not even just like me being doxxed, but the people that were close to Shay, the people that were close to Cass, the people that were directly involved in the Paradise House, like, this is their real fucking life, and I never meant to disrespect that. What I was getting to earlier was when that conversation with Stefan, I wanted to talk about, like, the back and forth. That's what I was saying earlier. Like, I stayed on too long and I carried on more conversation than was necessary beyond what I should have sat and asked myself in the moment, prior to going up, like, why would I want to do this? Because I was asked that during the live, and I was like, that's a really good question, and I realized I hadn't thought that part through. When it all, like, kind of came to a head, and then Xiomara's live happened, I was like, I just think at this point the best thing I can do is just take a step back. Xiomara had like a 5-hour long crazy live, and I was more involved in the beginning of it. And at some point when I was up there, she invited in Emily, and I was like, I'm not doing that. Absolutely not. I have nothing nice or respectful to say in her presence, and I want absolutely fucking nothing to do with Emily and Amber, especially after, forgot when it was, like a couple weeks ago, I fell down the rabbit hole of the whole Discord situation and how she handled it, and I want no part in it at all, and I want nothing to do with that. And I think the way Amber successfully bulldozed herself into that to make it all about her was indicative of exactly who she is. That is why I removed myself. That's why I removed myself from every time Girl World tried to insert themselves into the conversation that they weren't invited to. When I think back on last week and I think back on just the chaos and like, I guess in a way it's like I felt like everyone else was doing it and my voice wasn't being heard, and like I was just getting fucking bulldozed. Ultimately, I think I really did get like caught up. I'm not aware of any receipt video about me. With that, I don't watch Apathetic Facts. If I fucked up, then I'll say that. That's not what happened, baby cakes. That's not what happened, and I'm not reopening my trauma like that for y'all. But that's a distortion of reality. That's the other thing behind the scenes that I've been dealing with and struggling with is how much my prior adult content is being memed and shared and used without my consent on all platforms, because some of the screenshots are not inherently NSFW, and that I just wish that all of these people who are giving these victims the respect they deserve would just hold a modicum of respect for my trauma. My trauma isn't because of Stefan, but it's because of predators. Because there's enough material to hate me on, to hate on me with. You don't have to do that.
I'm here, babe.
Hold on, I need to recenter myself.
Okay.
Sorry, guys. Okay, I think at this point I do want to transition out of the seriousness. My channel is inherently me talking about me, making things about me because it's me. I feel like my YouTube is a reflection of myself. Someone started a rumor while I was sleeping that I was gonna be on the LCU, and I was like, I never fucking said that. That's never gonna happen. Girl World was trying so hard to insert themselves, it was obnoxious. Oh, they just couldn't understand that it wasn't about them or their hatred for me. Like, and they kept trying to make it about that and then blaming me for making it about that, which, oh my god, whatever. And memories kind of started coming back, and I started remembering some of the things I talked about, and then I just be going, holy shit, this is on national television. Like, and it just kind of like hit me all at once. I don't know if excited is the right word. I am anxious. I'm probably not going to go live at all on Wednesday, because I'm going to need to watch it, and then I'm going to need to process it, and then I'm going to have to deal with whatever the fallout of this looks like, guys. So maybe I'll go live on Thursday. Maybe you won't see me for a hot minute. I don't know.
I'm making some food. I'm making chicken nuggets with mashed potatoes and green bean.
Hell yeah. I can admit when I'm wrong. I did not consider things that were important to consider. So that means that clearly I was short-sighted and impulsive and have room to reflect. Yep. Babe,
Mamma mia.
you know what I need to do tomorrow? Is I need to set an agenda.
What do you need to do?
And I need to tackle my bedroom tomorrow. It's a clean paper plate. I don't know why it affects you so much. I left it on the counter because I didn't use it. And it's my counter. All I've had today besides this bowl is 3 almonds. I wish I was joking. But as I was saying, sometimes under extreme stress, I have an opposite reaction. Like, I used to always default to overeating, obviously. But depending on certain situations and what's triggering me and what's going on, sometimes I have the opposite issue now. And I've been dealing with that a lot for about a week now. By the way, shout out to my mods for working overtime today. I need, like, especially with the amount of stress I have going on in my life, I was like, I just need to get some shit that I can just grab and go. Father, what the fuck? I don't even need to know the context. Delete that. Not even respectfully, Dad. What the fuck? Oh my god, Dad. Wait, were you talking about the Goonies? Is it like the movie? Oh, Dad. I'll have to text you later what that word you said means. Dad? Dad, go to urbandictionary.com, put Gooner in the fucking search bar, and then get back to me. Oh, well.
It's okay.
Oh, hello. Got my camera all fucked up. You should go to Ollie. It's fun.
Exactly.
THC infused social tonic. Shit, was that 3 or 2? I think that was 3.
I was looking.
That's definitely 3 or 4. Yeah, okay, it's 2. Y'all are right. Thank you. We're gonna do 3 or 4. My brother hasn't had rice in a hot minute, so I think I'll do 4. He'll probably end up eating the majority of this. There. Oh yeah, these are basically already cooked. They just have to be like fried up. Yeah, this is apple chicken sausage from Aldi. Okay, let's do this. Because if it is a little too much, eating helps offset that, like, immediately. We're gonna add that much ice for now. And so what I'm gonna do then, he's still building worlds, babe.
Yeah, well, I'm playing a different version of Minecraft now. It's modded.
Cool.
Playing a mod pack.
So I don't.
One I've never played before, so I'm learning.
Cool. Now, which flavor do I go with? We're not doing cherry. Excuse me. But I want to use, instead of like salt and all that stuff, I'm just going to use the seasoning my friend got me. Josh's Magic Fairy Dust. I'm just going to add some cheese. I don't like, this is the already cheesy sauce one. So I find it to be very like liquidy. So I always add a little, like, I'll do salt and ranch powder or like a seasoning salt like this. Let me really get it in there. Hold on. To melt the little, I add about just slightly above, I'd say 1/4 cup of cheese, maybe even a touch more. Yeah, it's a, someone got me a Willie's Remedy THC. Check and see, are these, I'm begging for this rice to be done. I'm ready for dinner, bro. Back in December, bro, I experienced an ego death. Like, I don't know how else to word what that whole experience, the end of December into January, was like for me, other than it was like an ego death. And my goal in all of this is to get through this without repeating patterns that I lived in 2023. The attention isn't all, it isn't an all good or bad thing for me. It's scary. The potential is exciting, sure. But at the same time, it's coming at cost of bearing my heart and soul on something that's very serious to me.
You're a mess, but you're my mess.
Aww. Okay, I think it's time to eat. I need to remember to text my brother that there is, in fact, rice made. Okay. Okay, so instead of salt, I'm going to use this seasoned salt. Ooh! That salt is good! Okay. This is still pretty damn hot. Oh, we got wild cheesy brock. So, nothing fancy here. Just some rice, cheesy broccoli, and chicken apple sausages for dinner. My mom has made it very clear that she does not want these utensils here, so I guess in the far off future I can just like bring them with me.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah.
I need them.
I've been neurodivergent obviously my whole life, but I mean I was officially diagnostically like confirmed ADHD in 2023. I don't want to get into like any heated debates about it, but I'm self-determined autistic and I believe myself to be autistic. I don't want to fucking fight about it. I'm not diagnosed. I never said I was diagnosed. I'm just not in the mood. But I do align a lot with that and in a myriad of ways, and figuring that out about myself just made me an all-around better human being. Because like I said, this is my first proper meal of the day, so I'll probably finish this and that'll be it for the day for me. I'll finish this rice and sausage later.